Hello once again, I'm B.R. Schultz. Thank you for joining me for an end of day episode on January 13th. I see a sign in the model that also may be alluding to or leaning towards a January 15th bust. So could markets bust early on January 15th? The model seems to suggest it may be possible. So I want to show you what I'm seeing in the model and why I think that this may be the bottom that I'm looking for. So I was planning on waiting for markets to kind of show me signals in the model or run my moving averages to see where I wanted to go long. And the market is bottoming right in the January 13th through 15th window from what I'm seeing right now in the futures and how markets are behaving. But I wanted to show you one thing I'm picking up that may be leaning towards a January 15th final bottom. So I may hold off and see how markets react to the CPI, things like that. So I'm just trying to be patient, trying to play it well, not overplay it. So thank you for joining me. If you sincerely enjoy my work and want to donate, feel free to use the PayPal link down below this video in the YouTube channel, or you can scan these QR codes. Thank you for joining me today. Okay, essentially I am seeing a 1-2 underneath the on the gold wave bottom, hitting the negative 50 horizontal on January 15th. So what does this mean? How I've understood this to mean is that it sucks down the pricing. It pulls pricing down on this day, so to speak. So it kind of creates like a vacuum or a quicksand, is how I used to call it. I was already kind of leaning towards trying to see how markets would shape up with the moving averages, and with today's kind of pop in the futures, was hoping for some kind of leg down, for some kind of wave 2 down or final leg down. But this is making me think that there's some kind of sell-off at some point on January 15th. So I may have to wait until January 15th. Possibly, I'm not sure, but I know this is our bottom window. Trying to look at all angles, trying not to overplay it or over jump the gun, so to speak. So just trying to understand where markets are. Yeah, so just trying to look at different possibilities in this bottom window. I do have a little tiny short on right now. Essentially what I do is I try to do a big short around where I feel the major turning points are, and then as we get closer to the next pivot point, then obviously I start clearing off my position, and then when we get really close, I start playing really small. So just for fun, kind of like bluegill fishing instead of shark fishing. I just try to find little tiny yuppies to, play with and try to learn a little bit about trading or my model or whatnot. Whereas, a major turning point where I feel a major pivot is a macro pivot, then I'll be loading up to go the other direction. So that's kind of how I'm playing it. But this 1-2 makes me believe that they create some kind of tension in the markets lower around that early January 15th point. So maybe CPI rolls out, maybe markets sell off really hard. Let's say markets drop 70 to 100 points on the S&P 500 pre-market. Markets open down deeply red, maybe around 5,700 or something, or 5,750, something like that. Then I'll be looking to go long, because I know the time for the bottom is I believe coming to a close. We've got to be bottoming pretty soon, I believe, before we hit the peak in markets on January 21st or 22nd. So yeah, so obviously I'm trying to pick the best spot to go long, at least, or buy call options, things of that nature. Again, I'm not a trading professional. I'm not a financial professional. I don't have any licenses. So please speak with a licensed professional prior to any type of investing. Investing can obviously create loss for the investor. So again, I'm not licensed. I'm not a professional in any way, shape, or form. I just build Excel models with data. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm B.R. Schultz. And again, this model was also picking right around the March 21st, 24th bottom for markets for the major low, with a zigzag, a 1, 2, 3 touch point, BR Schultz SP500. systematic way of timing markets with a zigzag. And then this is the macro peak for December of 2027. So in a nutshell, in under 10 minutes, maybe near 5 actually, you've got the complete rundown from the macro to the micro to the micro to the macro. All right, race fans, I'll catch you later. Bye. So hopefully you've enjoyed my show today. Warning, this is all forecast use only. Come here. You want to read this for me? What does that say? Forecast.
Forecast.
Use
only.
Only. Right. And what's this say?
Warning.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer. I am not
a licensed investment professional. That's Latin. So say caveat emptor. Seek professional advice prior to investing. Bears risk
of
financial
loss.
Very good. And so basically this is saying if you ever try to invest in stocks or anything else, you could lose money. Warning, warning, warning. And all my graphs are subject to change. And not all the results are not always the same. Yeah. Thank you for reading for me.
You're welcome.
And that's it for today. I'm B.R. Schultz. Until next time, take care.